Good afternoon. This is my last recording for our culminating project for finding the 5 weaknesses and 5 strengths of our school, while also supporting them with a research peer reviewed article and tying it in to Knoll's adult learning theory. Um, so, starting off with weaknesses, the first, I guess you could say, area of weaknesses that I found in our school is administrator communication. Boskirk from 2025 research article shows that poor administrator communication often decreases teacher motivation, which also conflicts with Knoll's principle that adult learning needs to be very clear, very relevant information, and also transparent direction, so that people end up feeling empowered and self directed in their work. Um, Next area was just poor leadership in both grade level and I would say and at administrative level as well. Um, and I used Stuart Banks et al. From 2015 article to support that, and the study demonstrates that in that article that ineffective leadership actually lowers morale and performance, and it also undermines Knowles's idea that adult learners learn best when they do feel respected and supported, and that they're um, able to contribute their experience that I guess they have with a safe environment that's open to sharing. Third point of weakness was the lack of horizontal and vertical planning. And that article comes from Hargreaves in 2019. And in that article, Hargreaves highlights that the negative impact of inconsistent collaboration within teachers is um, is hard on a work environment, which also violates Knowles's emphasis on adults needing to be collaborative and being a needing to be a problem centered learning environment and having structures in place where that can happen. So, where teacher experience is valued and used to build on practices across grade levels, and if that's not present, then it's really hard on a school. Fourth is lack of textbooks, specifically in science and social studies. And the article for that is from Jones et al. In 2018. And they stated that the limited access to instructional resources actually restricts teachers' ability to design meaningful instruction, which is also, once again, contradicting to Knowles's principle that adults need to be need need access to in materials and know that they're readily available to use. And in order to plan learning experiences, that needs to be present so that they can have relevant and organized and purposeful learning. Last weakness is trust in district leadership, and that article comes from Adams in 2014. And in that article, Adams actually shows that low trust in district leadership reduces a teacher's sense of support, which also, again, opposes Knowles' belief that adults need to thrive in environments where leaders show them and build mutual respect, and enable that internal motivation and readiness to improve practice. So, now moving on to the strengths of our school. Our first one is teacher to family communication, and that article comes from Levy in 2024. Levy's research shows strong home to school communication best supports learning. And that is reflected in Knowles' principle that adults value real world relevance. So, teachers engaging more deeply in communication practices means that they will have support from their families. Second one is high rigor of classroom work, and that article comes from Culver et al. In 2021. Oh, and the article before that was in 2024. I can't remember if I said that or not. So in this article, the author analyzed that the rigor really emphasizes deep cognitive engagement. And that also aligns with Knoll's belief that adults benefit from problem centered learning that challenge them and connect them to authentic tasks, not just tasks that don't relate to them. Third strength was teacher to student relationships, and that article comes from Brogan et al. In 2025. And they demonstrate in that article that intentional teacher to student interactions actually increases performances and also reinforces Knoll's idea that adult teachers respond positively to feedback relationship building. So like if I'm a teacher giving feedback to a student, they're going to be more open to that feedback if I have a relationship with them. And when we create environments where they can see their work making that meaningful impact, but also have a little nugget of being able to improve, that's huge for them. Fourth is hands-on learning, and the article is from Samad, and that was in 2021. So that one talked about how the classroom space actually supports active experimental learning, and if you create that environment, then students are going to connect at a much deeper level. That mirrors Knoll's assertion that adults can also learn best through experience-based practices that are self-directed and just practical, and that they're able to relate to their instructional goals. And last one is positive teacher to parent communication. And that is from Garsbach et al. In 2020. And that author highlights that the value of meaningful partnerships in a classroom, as well as, they support Knoll's belief that adults are motivated when learning and communication is fostered with shared responsibility and collaboration and authentic problem solving. So both of those articles and Knoll's beliefs really go together quite well. So those are my 5 strengths and weaknesses with the articles mentioned in each one.